This your boy Big Beezy. You know, live and direct from my studio, my home studio. Um, I'm from the 9, man, the 229, Terry County. I've been doing music about 3 years. You know what I'm saying? I really been just started. I just started taking it serious about a year ago. But when COVID hit, you know what I'm saying, I had kind of build myself up a little bit. So, you know, welcome to my world, the mud.
So, Big Beezy,
Hmm.
thank you so much for taking the time out to interview with me today.
No problem, no problem.
So, as you stated before, you stated that you were from Terrell County.
Yeah.
Were you born and raised in Terrell County?
Yeah. I was born in America, Georgia. But yeah, I was raised in Terry County most of my life. You know,
Oh,
I finished up high school in Lee County, my 11th and 12th grade year, but the majority of the time, yeah, I was down here.
okay.
Yeah.
So, in school, what activities did you take to reflect on the path that you're taking now?
Well, honestly, like now that I think about it, when I was in the fourth grade, you know what I'm saying, my teacher used to always work with me with writing. You know, I used to hate writing because it just seemed like a lot. I ain't really have patience for it. But you know, as she started explaining to me, I used to feel like she just was getting on my, my case every time. But as she started explaining to me that, to make an image of what I want the reader to see, that's when I kind of got, you know, I got good at writing. I passed plus the writing part of my graduation test back when they were doing that. So poetry was kind of a small thing to me that I really liked to do, but at the same time, writing and poetry kind of on the same belt. So, then I used to rap to myself, and I had that feel of getting in front of a crowd, but this special lady that I got in my life, she kind of showed me how to get over that fear, So, that's why it took so long for me to realize what I felt in my past.
Okay, nice. So that you mentioned, I know that you mentioned a special lady. Do you mind sharing who this special lady is?
My wife, you know what I'm saying? At the time, we were going to get, well, we were married at the time. I apologize. Um, she's from Fort Lauderdale, but grew up in Cup. But she kind of a big part of my inspiration as far as dealing with music, because a lot of people didn't really know that I was doing music at the time. So yeah, been married for about 10 years. It's been a ride, you know what I'm saying? But it helped me grow, not only as a person, but show them how to handle business.
Okay, nice. So, do you have okay, let me go back. What motivated you to do music other than your wife? Like, did you have any past struggles? Do you have any influencers? Do you have anybody that you look up to, role models?
Well, I ain't really got no role model, but as far as looking up to, guy like Young Jeezy, back when I was coming up, I would say T.I., he was cool, but mostly Jeezy, and you know, I just liked the way he broke down the words. I wasn't paying attention to, me going and doing it, but just telling the story and breaking down the story in the in the 5 beat. Like, can't get no better than that. So, and then on the other hand, for like somebody that I felt, could pretty much turn something into, turn nothing into something was, I just say pretty much Gucci Man. He pretty cool. I never really understood he kind of music, but 8 Ball, MJG, you know, people that make sense to me. You know, And yeah, I mean, I had a hard time, but you know, it wasn't always hard. Cause when I go back and look at it, you know, shit, growing up in the place, like if you would have seen how I was growing up and you was spoiled and shit, so you know, which I mean, it had its way, but you know, we got through it as a family. You know, my family always stayed like 5, 6 people in the house, so it was always somebody there. And they always had parties like every weekend, so you know, I kind of enjoyed my times in life. I really never paid attention to, you know, the money side of it, cause I mean, I ain't have to.
Okay. So now that you broke that down, who like do you have? What I'm trying to say is like, do you have people that you want to work with? Being that you're up and coming artist, do you have people that you want to work with? Whether they're already in the industry or coming up in the industry, who do you want to work with?
I want to work with Blood Raw, you know. I hit him up and told him, you know, once I start getting everything up and running like I need it, you know, yeah, I'm gonna try to do one with him. I'm gonna try to do one, hopefully one day with Jeezy, if he's still doing it, you know. I want to try to do. I really try to focus. I want to try to do a song with Honesty, and it may sound crazy, but I really think I want to do a song with a gospel singer, like get a gospel singer involved in my music, because I don't talk about nothing that he wouldn't be comfortable with, you know. Like,
Okay. So, what type of music do you make?
well, I make pain music. I make music that's good for your soul, like something that you can vibe to, something that you know, just 'cause you came from this side of the world and you ain't got what everybody else got, you know what I'm saying? Which I call out the mud, you know what I'm saying? You really less fortunate than most people. Like you ain't got that much, you ain't got that much leverage. You know, you have to work for everything you want. So, you know, you gotta, you know, you ain't really got as much leverage as the average person. You gotta work for what you need and what you want out of life. So, you know, I really did, you know, it is what it is.
Okay. So, when you say pain music, what is your definition of pain music? Like, what type of music do you make? So, what type of, when you say pain music, what type of pain music do you make? Like, who do you make the music for?
I mean, I make the music for the people that feel like, you know, it ain't gonna never be a good coming out of what they're going through. I make music for people that want to hear good music. They don't want to hear that gibberish. You know what I'm saying? That new millennial shit. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't speaking down on them either. You know, they got their own culture. I got mine. I rather keep it original.
Okay.
You know.
So, you know, it's different types of rappers. What category do you put yourself in? You know, you got those hype rappers. You got the rappers that talk about stuff that they ain't never did. You got the rappers that's hallucinating. What part, like, what category do you put yourself in, or are you in your own category?
I would put myself in my own category because I'm more medelic and you know, realistic. I don't speak on shit I don't have, or none I don't. I have, I mean, places I haven't went, or stuff I haven't seen. You know, I'm telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth. You know, letting the person know about myself. Speaking on other people's situation. You know, third person. You know, talk about people that suffer from depression. What the trap will get you. You know, out of life, not just going in there and making 100,000. That shit ain't reality. What it actually gets you, and you know what you need to be looking for. You know, basically when you're trying to come up. You know.
Okay. So you're from this small town.
Mm.
You went to school in Terrell County.
Yeah.
You went to school in Lee County.
Yeah.
Do you have any inspiration in the town that you're from, in that small town that you're from? Do you have any inspiration there?
Oh yeah, one in particular person. You know, they didn't talk about it much, but Otis Redding, you know, and that let me know, okay, not many people speaking on the fact that okay, it is possible that you can actually become big as you want to become, because he did it in the short length of time that he was here, but he's from Dawson, so you know, people they used to think he was from somewhere else, but you know, they finally put it on his, you know, biopic that he's from Dawson, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Not too many people speak on it, but we proud of the person that we got from him. You know what he did, what he accomplished. You know, I'm just trying to get everybody else on the same page. Like you can actually be successful in this.
Okay. So what about Otis Redding that inspires you or that inspired you?
Well, his ambition, his will to want to show people the kind of flavor he had, because he was different. He came in. If you go back and look at it, he came in as a different kind of artist. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't kicking out none of that stuff the other artists in his time was doing. He was coming in with the country, soulful sound that you kind of hear today. Is melodic. Like he all about his melodies. And them became very popular melodies.
Okay. So I know I'm asking questions all around the board, and but I want to know, do you have anybody that's doubting you and that's doubting the things that you're doing, the route that you're taking?
Well, yeah, you're gonna have doubters, which is a good thing. That will keep you hungry. That will keep you motivated. See, I think anybody that try to do something outside of normal, people gonna be jealous anyway. They gonna doubt you. You know what I'm saying? But use that doubt as something to make you stronger mentally. That way you'll keep going. So that's what I do. You know, everybody ain't meant to go on the journey with you. So you know, sometimes you gotta travel the successful road alone. You know, but you know, you gotta keep God with you and people that actually look out for you and people that actually, you know, want to see you do good. It's hard to see those people at first, but eventually, if you keep doing what you're doing and what you got a passion for, what you like to do, you know what I'm saying, they gonna come out.
Okay. So when you talk about, let's say that tells you you're not gonna make it in the rap thing, what is something that you would tell them to, or would you tell them anything, or would you just like prove them wrong? Would you show and prove, or would you respond to their criticism?
I like to show and prove. I like criticism. Criticism make me tough. Like, you know, the more things you go through in life, it'll make you tough if you think about it. It'll prepare you for whatever you ask God for. So, yeah, you're going to have critics. You're going to have people. I tell people to actually criticize. I don't really like people to not say nothing. Like, I don't like for nobody to say something good about my music. I like for people to be critics. Like, criticize what you think I need to do better. Because if you think this song could be better, hey, it can be better. So, either way, you know, I want a winning team, not somebody they're going to always tell me yes. You know, if I need to go back and do something else, do it over. Shit, if you feel like I ain't good enough to make it, tell me. That's the kind of people I want around me. I don't want no yeah man around me.
Right. Totally understand. So, before you became independent, like working by yourself, making music by yourself, I heard a song that you did with another individual.
Oh yeah, more definitely.
Do you want to speak on what you had going on then?
Oh yeah, fine. That's cool. Well, me and that guy from Albany had linked up. At first it started off as us just doing one song called In My Head. Then, you know, we just came up with a group because I felt like every time we go in the studio, we were connected, like in the studio wise, you know. But then again, at that time, it was kind of like the beginning of when I first started. So I started, you know, paying attention to his lyrics more than mine. Because I was like, damn, it always made me want to do better, critique my, you know, what I'm saying on the song. So, you know, I felt like that was just a part of life where, you know, I felt like we could actually do something together. And like I say, you know, when God know that He got something better in store for you, you know, sometimes stuff just don't work out the way you want.
Okay. So do you plan on making more music with this individual, or do you plan on continuing to stay independent?
More definitely, more definitely. I plan on making another couple of, you know, several tracks with him. You know, I don't give up on people. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I don't do. You know, you gotta show me that you ain't trustworthy or loyal. You know, then I'll be like, okay, I'll back off. You know, I ain't never necessarily saying I'm just gonna give up on the person because they dealing with what they dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we all have problems we have to deal with. You know, but I'm standing behind him. I ain't standing on the side of him. You know, if I feel like he falling too far off, then I give a helping hand. But other than that, yeah, I don't mind making a couple tracks with him. I got I got several tracks with him now that I'm working on. You know, they'll be out pretty soon.
Okay. So when you say pretty soon, like how soon are you talking?
Well, honestly, me, man, I got a whole catalog of music, so I'm right now the exciting part about it. I can do what I want to do with it. So I can drop singles, I can drop, you know, a mixtape, I can drop whatever. But so when I say soon, you'll in the next 2 months probably, hopefully. You know, just be on the lookout. That's all I can tell you.
Okay. Um. So. Um. Okay. So you, I know that you're working on your music.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any features with others as far as their music goes? Like, are you featuring yourself with another artist or?
Well, I'm working on it. I'm working on featuring myself with an artist out of Augusta, man, OG Reek Deep. You know, cool guy, man. You know, I'm working on trying to get a feature done with him. I got a feature done with this guy named Russell. You know what I'm saying? Pretty cool guy. You know, it's different. You know, he's more of a pop singer, so you know that kind of different for me. And I was like, well, you know, if you're gonna try to make it big, you know, it's best to be versatile. You know, just like if somebody got a truck, a moving truck, you know, you can do several things with a moving truck. So you always got an upper hand. So yeah, I got features with this young cat. You know, I'm in the process of getting them put up on my label. You know what I'm saying? Mud NT. His name is D Broder. He's from Dolphin too. Young guy. You know what I'm saying? But he pretty much, a lot of people gonna be very, very shocked when they hear this young dude. And I got, you know, one of my engineers of my label, To the Breeze, you know, grew up with him, you know what I'm saying? He featured on the song, on one of my songs. Yeah.
Okay. So I heard that you mentioned your label.
Mm-hmm.
What is the meaning behind Mud ENT?
Well, the meaning behind Mud NT is, you know, a deep root of just, you know, my family coming from being sharecroppers. You know, like I said, it was 6 of them in the house. You know what I'm saying? People always, if people ever thought I was doing better than them, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't. You know, I mean, my mama made sure I had clothes on my back and stuff I needed. You know what I'm saying? But I never really could say I got everything I wanted. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it'd always be that side of you that be like, okay, like I say, I ain't got more than the next person, so I ain't never hating, but I'm looking. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Just coming out the mud, you know, and it's the same way. You know, you got more underground artists that have more talent than actual mainstream artists. So they coming out the mud, like they get overlooked pretty much. Like people ain't paying attention to them, they paying attention to popularity. But see, the popularity don't know how they win, because the underdog always be the strongest to me. So, you know, the Mud Entertainment stands for a lot of deep-rooted poverty, pain, depression. You know, it stands for a lot. I represent for what people don't represent. You know, I try to be the opposing team, not follow.
Okay. I like that. I like that. That was deep. Okay. So when you say, you talk about your mom a lot.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What kind of supporter was she for you? Like, what type of supporter was she? I know, like, as your mom, she was a supporter, like nurturing, caring, loving.
Well, she was a good supporter. My mama never hid too much from me. You know, my mama told me a lot of stuff that normal kids' parents try to hide. But I turned out better than a lot of them. Because then they go wondering, you know what I'm saying? So my mama supported me with a lot. She showed me different things that the average kid don't know. Like, I learned how to gamble when I was like 7 years old. That's what she was doing from when I was about 7, no, about 6 or 7, all the way up until I was about 14, 15. Matter of fact, all the way up until I was about like 23. So that just was her side hustle. It used to just be her main hustle, but that was her side hustle. So my mama showed me a lot. You know, she tried to show me how to make sure that I was gonna look out for myself and take care of myself when she gone. So, you know, she supported me a lot. You know, while she was here.
Okay. So other than doing music, what are some of the hobbies that you have?
Well, you know, I used to play the game. I ain't really no big game player like that no more because I focus on just trying to. My hobbies are really learning new things about trying to be a better me. The hobbies I have is pretty much just I like to meditate. You know, even if the TV on or anything, you can hear anything. I could block all that shit out and just meditate. I could just sit there and look and just meditate in my mind. That's something I like to do. I like to just talk about growth, spiritual growth, mental growth, physical growth. I just like to talk about growth. I ain't too big on sports no more. I just like to hang out with my wife, really. Like, and just come up with ideas and go do things like, you know, what married couples do, you know. I like to sip and paint, you know. I like to just go out and eat, you know, enjoy time while we still got it, you know. So that's what I like to do. I'm simple.
Okay. So, okay. So I got the rundown of who you are. I got the rundown from, you know, where you're from, who you wanted to work with. But is there anybody in your town that you're wanting to work with or that you don't mind working with? I'm pretty sure that there are artists where you live, where you're from. I'm pretty sure that it's artists, well, people that's doing the same thing that you're doing. Mm-hmm. They're doing music. They're trying to get up out the hood. Mm-hmm. Is there anybody in particular that you would like to work with in your town?
Well, I haven't really asked him yet, but Silver, you know what I'm saying, he doing pretty good. The guy named Hilltop, you know, he's spiritual. He's more of a gospel rapper. But like I said, I want to be versatile, so I want to work with him. I want to work with a couple. It's a couple, you know. I'm free for anybody. You know, if I feel like you got a vibe in the studio, you take your shit serious. I work with anybody.
Okay. All right. So, do you have anything that's up and coming? Are you planning on networking? If so, where?
Yeah, me honestly, I try to network 24/7. If I see somebody that I feel can kind of be a stepping stool for me, not saying I'm gonna step on them, but you know we can travel up that road together before like the road of success. You know, I like the network. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for a couple of events, you know, opening, you know what I'm saying, eventually when I drop my single, you know what I'm saying, I'm looking to go perform at certain events, you know, depending on how the COVID thing be. Yeah.
Okay. So, this interview is coming to an end. Is there anybody that you would like to give a shout out to that you didn't have a chance to give a shout out to in the beginning of your interview, or do you just want to give a special thanks to people, or be on the lookout, a message that you want to send people?
Well, you know, first I want to give a shout out to my, you know, God first and foremost. You know, I want to give a shout out to my wife, our families. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a shout out to people that didn't believe. You know, cause either way, you know, you ain't gotta be rich, but you can be rich in your mind. You know, and don't never let nobody tell you what you can't do. You know, I always keep that faith first for anything. Just keep motivating each other. You know, start letting each other down. Start gossiping. You know, start motivating each other, uplifting everybody. That's what it takes.
Okay. Well, I do thank you so much for taking the time out to interview with me today. And there are going to be more interviews, I hope, in the future when you drop your mixtape.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully we can go ahead and get another interview on and popping.
Most definitely, most definitely.
All right. Well, thank you again. You have a great night.
All right.
Oh, social medias. Where can they follow you?
Well, y'all can follow me on Instagram at Beezy229, BIGG, BEEZY 229. Same thing on Facebook. That's pretty much all I use, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, holla at me, man. Hit me up, you know. Cool to get along with, you know. Just don't cross me. But I'll let your boy, you know what I'm saying? If I'll be dropping music soon, so, you know, be on the lookout for that.
Alrighty.
Peace.